How's it going, guys? This is Sick Eric back at you again with another video. Today we're going to compare the LG V20 with the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, and we're just going to quickly go over some specs and size comparison and things that one phone has that the other phone doesn't and stuff like that. So first of all, we're going to go with the LG V20. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. And this is the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. And first thing we're going to go is with the display on the LG V20. The LG V20 has a 5.7-inch IPS LCD display. It's got a resolution of 1440 by 2560 and 513 pixels per inch. It's got a 72.4% screen-to-body ratio. It's covered in Corning Gorilla Glass 4. And the secondary display is a 160 by 1040 2.1 inch display up top for all your toggles and secondary display and clock and stuff like that. It's running Android 7.0 Nougat. It's got this Snapdragon 820 processor with 4 gigabytes of RAM, Adreno GPU at 530, and it's got 64 gigs of storage, micro SD card expansion up to 256 gigabytes. The cameras, it's got two cameras on the back. One is a 16 megapixel camera with f1.8 aperture. The second camera is an 8 megapixel camera with f2.4 aperture, laser autofocus, optical image stabilization. The sound on this phone, it's got a 32-bit quad DAC hi-fi audio on it, and which is really nice. The battery is a 3200 milliamp removable battery. A lot of phones are going away from the removable battery to bring on water and dust resistance, which is kind of a trade-off, but a lot of people still like the removable battery and that they could do that, which is, I guess either way for me it's fine. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't prefer either or, as long as the battery is good, honestly, and it doesn't blow up on me. But it's got Bluetooth 4.0 and USB Type-C version 2.0. At the bottom you got your headphone jack, your charging port, your single mono speaker. On the left hand side you got your volume rockers. On the top you got a mic and your infrared sensor, which a lot of phones aren't doing that, to control your TVs and stuff like that. And on the right hand side there's nothing other than the button to release the battery, the back door. And on the back you got your fingerprint slash power button on there. So that is pretty much it on that. On the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, let's go over the specs on that. The display is a 6.2 inch Super AMOLED display with a resolution of 1440 by 2960, and it's got 529 pixels per inch, and it's covered in Corning Gorilla Glass 5, and the screen to body ratio is 84%, so that is a huge improvement on top of the LG. As far as platform wise, it's running Android 7.0. It's got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 CPU on there with 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is a definite improvement from the LG. It's got the Adreno 540 GPU. It also has 64 gigs of storage with micro SD card expansion up to 256 gigabytes. The camera is a 12 dual pixel, I believe, camera with f1.7 aperture. It's got phase detection, autofocus, and optical image stabilization. The front camera is a step up from last year's S7 and Note 7. It's got an 8 megapixel camera with f1.7 aperture and autofocus, which is a really nice feature. The sound on the S8 has also stepped up. It has a 32-bit DAC on it, I believe, so where it processes 32 bits, and I'm pretty impressed with the sound on it. The LG V20 has more of a punchier, powerful sound, but the S8 is not disappointing. It sounds really, really good compared to the Galaxy S7 Edge and the Note 7. Samsung really stepped it up with their audio, and I'm very, very happy about that. That was one of the reasons why I gave up the S7 Edge, was because of the poor audio quality coming out of the headphone jack. Features on the S7 is it's got an iris scanner and face detection up top to unlock your phone. The battery is a 3500 milliamp battery, and the LG is I believe it's a 32 milliamp battery, so that's definitely a good step up right there. As far as that, the two phones, these are probably the two biggest phones you could get right now. Oh, another feature about the S8, it comes with Bluetooth 5.0, and it's got a USB Type-C 3.1 on as far as charging. In the bottom, you got your headphone jack, you got your charging port, you got a mic, you got a speaker. On the right hand side, you got your power button. On the top, you got your microphone, and you got your SIM card tray. And on the left hand side, you got volume rocker and the Bixby button. The back, you got your camera, sensor, your flash, and your fingerprint reader. But these are two really good phones. These are the two of the biggest phones you could get that are out right now. The LG was released in October, and the S8 was just released on the 21st. So as far as the two go, the screen quality obviously is better on the S8 Plus. The LG still has a really nice screen, but the S8 is going to win that department. As far as design wise, the S8 fits a lot better in your hand as far as the LG. The LG is a really big phone, and I got big hands, so I like big phones. But the LG is a really, really wide phone. The other thing that sets these two phones apart is the aspect ratio. The LG is a 16:9 aspect ratio, while the S8 is a 18.5:9 aspect ratio, which means the screen is a bit taller and not as wide as the LG, which makes it a lot easier to use in the hand as far as one-handed use. The LG was okay. I could reach my thumb all the way across. The Samsung is pretty good. The LG is not as tall, which is a little bit easier to reach, but that's one of the other things. Another thing, the LG probably wins over from the Galaxy S8 is the audio quality. The 32-bit quad DAC provides hi-fi audio, and it's a lot more punchier and a lot louder than the Samsung Galaxy S8. But like I said, I'm not disappointed with the S8. Their DAC on the S8 is pretty darn good, and I'm happy with it. As far as media consumption, you got hi-fi recording on the V20, and you got your dual cameras. That's one thing the S8 does not have. It has a single camera. But as far as that, I think the S8 obviously wins here with the newer processor. It depends on what kind of a person you are. If you like, consuming media and recording and taking pictures and making videos and, recording audio and stuff like that, the V20 is a powerhouse for that as far as, doing all that stuff. As far as the S8 goes, it's more for usability, productivity, watching videos and stuff like that because of the screen. It's really, really nice. You also have your edge display on the S8, which gives you a whole bunch of shortcuts as far as what the edge display can do. But that was just a quick comparison. Let's go over the size of the two phones. They are pretty much the same size as far as footprint goes. The S8 is almost exactly the same size as the V20. The V20 is a lot wider than the S8 Plus though. It literally fits inside. As far as thickness goes, they're probably about the same thickness, and that is just comparing the size of the two phones, give you an idea of how big the S8 Plus is. But it literally fits inside of the LG V20, even though it has a bigger screen. But that is just a quick comparison on the two phones, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe. And thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos on the S8 and the S8 Plus. Thank you guys for watching.